1980 Topps Rickey Henderson rookie. We consider this to be the 1980s rookie card. Not to take anything away from some of the others. I would say most notably Ken Griffey Jr. perhaps, but for us, this is the rookie card from the 1980s baseball. It's not just because it's rare, but we love Rickey Henderson and his brand. It's always these figures that sort of redefine the position. As a leadoff hitter, I think he might go down, for all time as maybe the most exciting leadoff hitter. Somebody who can do the classic things of a leadoff hitter, being scrappy, getting on base, steals, etc. But his power really set him apart because he could also lead off a game with a home run. Just a really exciting person who reinvented the position in many ways. And I growing up as a kid, I'll still remember how you really didn't want to walk him, and the announcers would talk about it because a walk was essentially a double, because he was going to steal a bag. And so to give up 4 balls to Rickey Henderson was essentially giving up a double. So you might as well just pitch to him and make him hit the ball. And next thing you know, it's out of the park, and you wish you'd walked him. So it's just, I remember growing up in California, this guy was an icon. Offered here, getting to this card now, it's a PSA 10 that is just graded. These do not come out very often. It's a very rare card. We might see 1 or 2 copies over the course of a year surface. This example, having just come back, it's got all the attributes we come to expect from the issue. There's some things about this example that really jump out as being very special. The print, first and foremost, this is otherworldly. And it should be, because when it comes to being a 10, we expect perfection. But when you really do see it, it's just incredible. There's no snow or flaws in the backdrop at all. That is so rare. I can't tell you how infrequently you see such great print. And then down here in the green banner, oftentimes there's a litany of small print dots and things. So that's the first thing that jumps out at us. The second thing is the edges on this card are absolutely flawless. Just crisp, clean, not a single chip. There's a beautiful bevel to them, and this only happens when cards have never been stored in really any kind of screw down holder or any kind of other contraption, and certainly has never been handled. It's amazing that a card this nice was ever even made off the manufacturer, but then here we are 40 years later practically, and it still shows no signs of circulation. It's a very easy card to celebrate. We'll give a scan of the details, but again, we expect this to be a card without things to notate. It's really fun when you see this. You can zoom in here, but you see the fuzz kind of coming off the edges. That can only be when the card is completely fresh. If it's been in circulation, being handled by human hands, etc., you just wouldn't see that. But when it's coming out this nice and this crisp, it's just a really gorgeous example. Scan the back close, just because it is a full bleed back, so it's going to show some wear at the edges and the tips if there were any issues. This has just nothing to report. It's just a glistening example. About the only thing we can see that isn't dead perfect is you might have like 1 or 2 points of centering shift to the right, and that might be the only thing we can see that's even, if you're going to be real picky, that's about the only thing we can really point out as being less than perfect. All told, it's one of the better 10s we've ever seen. All 10s are special, especially the recently graded ones are particularly nice. This is as good as it gets, and it's one of the most important investment pieces from the 1980s.